Hello everyone and happy Wellness Wednesday. I'm excited to be here with you guys. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Erin Nolan. I'm a registered nurse and a full-time Platinum doTERRA leader. So I am here to go over tips and tools on this month's topic, which is self-care. So we're going to be talking about self-care, which I think a lot of us have a misinformed vision of what that is. So self-care is the deliberate act of taking care of ourselves, right? So this is brushing our teeth, taking showers, eating right. These are all forms of self-care. And I think we think more of it as, oh, it's going to the spa, or it's putting on a face mask, and this is stuff that moms need to do so that they don't lose their mind, right? But it's not. We really want to focus on tools and giving you things that are going to help you be healthy, because without self-care and deliberate acts of taking care of ourselves, we can't be healthy. We have to do it. So today's topic specifically, I'm going to speak with you guys about reintegration and what that is. Most of the time when I use that word or say that or talk about this, people look at me like a deer in the headlights. They have no idea what reintegration is or what that means. So reintegration is the process of integrating someone back into society. Okay, so that's what we're doing right now. I know in America and all over the world, we're doing this in different ways, different paces. Each community is a little different. Each person is affected by this a little bit differently. But we have been in quarantine for several weeks. We have been separated from other people. We have been separated from the way that we typically live our lives, both adults and children. So I want to give you tools for us as adults and tools for children as we reintegrate back through this process and going back into society. We're going to have issues, and we're going to have emotions, and we're going to have a lot of different things that we're going to come across that we don't really think that we knew or anticipated. So a really good example of this is the military. So the military is great at reintegration because what they do is they deploy, and when they come back, they are being forced very quickly back into a completely different lifestyle than what they've been experiencing. So when they're deployed, it's very structured, they're very contained, they're being told what to do, they're being limited in what they can do, and the things that they are experiencing are very traumatic. Right? So not too far off from what we're experiencing here, right? We've been in quarantine. A lot of people have lost their jobs or having financial issues, very traumatic for children, and especially being separated from other people. People are really experiencing a lot of sad feelings, anxious feelings. There's just so many things going on. So much like the military, when they come home, we're the same thing. We're now getting forced back into reality, and a lot of us are like, oh my gosh, what do we do? And it's really important that we have the right tools to help us in this. The military, it's awesome because they get classes and support groups and tools and all the things to help them before they come back know how to reintegrate. And as a spouse, we get that same training. We go through classes to understand how to help our spouse reintegrate back into our family and back into life. But the everyday American, they don't get that, and you guys don't get that. So I want to help give you some tools. My husband has been on multiple combat deployments and has had to reintegrate from very stressful and very hard deployments back into reality very quickly. So I want to share you the tools that I asked him. I said, hey, if you could give me a military protocol or an everyday civilian reintegration protocol for COVID-19, what tools would you suggest? And he was like, oh, this is so simple, because he's very knowledgeable about the oils too. First one that he suggested, and I made an awesome graphic about this. So I'm going to post the graphic so you guys can see it, save it, go through it, and use it as you need to. So the first one he suggested is wild orange. He said it's really important to use oils that are going to support sad feelings, because we're going to have emotions of confusion, we're going to need uplifting, we're going to need something to help us if we do start to experience any type of low feelings or sadness. And wild orange is a fantastic oil to diffuse and use aromatically as needed. So we can diffuse it around the house, put it on the inside of your mask, put it on a scarf or a t-shirt or something so that you can smell that if you ever start to experience those emotions. The second thing that he suggested was adaptive. He's like, you've got to use adaptive during the day, because that's the oil that you're going to use for anxious feelings and stressed feelings. When you're feeling overwhelmed, these are the tools that are going to help you alleviate those feelings. So adaptive, remember, comes in 3 different things. So it comes in the oil. This is a blend of oils that we use to help us with those anxious and stressed feelings. So you can diffuse this around your work, around your home as needed. They also make a roller bottle where it's diluted already for you and in a roller bottle, so you can just apply it to your wrist, to your neck, to your chest, to the inside of your mask, wherever you need it if you're on the go. So this is perfect for on the go. This is also something safe. Wild Orange is safe, Adaptive is safe. These are safer on your children, so if you need to use these for your children too, this is a really good one to use. And Adaptive capsules. So these are for grown-ups. Teenagers, older teenagers, and grown-ups as needed internally for really, really hard feelings. Whenever we're really starting to feel just super, super stressed, a lot of anxious feelings, I go to my Adaptive capsules. So this is something that you can take as needed. So if something has triggered you and you're starting to feel like, oh my gosh, I'm going to need some additional support, that's what I would go to. Or if you're someone who knows, you know what, I'm dealing with this on a daily basis, I just want to nip it in the bud before it ever even happens, so I can start my day off balanced and on the right foot. So what you would do is you would just take 1 to 2 every morning, and if you need to take 1 to 2 in the afternoon, you can do that as well. These are dosed to where someone like me, my size, I'm about 120 pounds, I would take 1 for an adult male, 200, 250 pounds or more, then you could potentially look at taking 2 of those capsules as needed. Now, the last thing that he suggested, and the third thing he suggested, is it is very common with reintegration to have sleep disturbances, right? To have issues falling asleep, issues staying asleep, and healthy sleep is very important for our emotional health and also for our body health. We know how important sleep is. So he suggested Serenity, and I completely agree with this. So Serenity is a great oil that you can diffuse for your children. This is one I diffused in my baby's room, my children's room. We diffuse this in our room at night as well. So diffusing this is a great one. I like to just start diffusing this in the afternoon, so it starts getting us in the mood of wanting to calm down and getting the oils in our system so we can go ahead and be ready to sleep when it's time to sleep. And there's also the Serenity soft gels. So you can take 2 of these about 30 minutes before bed to help you fall asleep faster if you need that support, and it also helps you stay asleep. Now, we diffuse Serenity through the entire night, so we keep a diffuser on our nightstand so that it's diffusing the whole night through to help us have that healthy sleep throughout the entire night. So those are the top 3 picks for reintegration and to helping you transition back into a healthy lifestyle, from a lifestyle of us being super controlled and super worried and super just in a really unhealthy place. I think a lot of us have been during this quarantine period, to trying to start out on a new foot and trying to reintegrate back into a sense of normalcy for us and for our children and for our families. So these are fantastic tools to help with that. So again, I'm going to post this graphic. If you guys have any questions, please post them below, or if you have any really great tips. I love hearing from other people who have integrated before or reintegrated before, who have used essential oils in reintegration or have been using something and saying, hey, this is really helpful for me. For example, copaiba or balance or anything else additionally that you've been using that you have found helpful. Share it with us so that we can help our oil community here learn and be more balanced and healthier in a self-care perspective as we reintegrate back into a more sense of normalcy here in the future. So again, thank you for sticking with me. If you guys have any questions, please contact me, and I hope everyone stays well.